Hello. Oh, hello, everybody. Welcome to today's stream. Jesus. Sorry, I'm getting texts from people. Hi. Today we are going to be doing the last one-on-one before our regularly scheduled campaign resumes. And we'll rescue Nubai. But today we are going to be going through Twyn, which is our resident Highland Rito. So think Rivali from Breath of the Wild, even though all of this takes place before Breath of the Wild. So just as a little reference there. This is gonna be fun. I have some things planned. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be a lot of fun. But yeah, let's just go ahead and get right on into it. And I'm excited. Here we go. Take those off. Put these on. Woo! And let's join up in here. If it will connect, please. Please, I'm begging. I am begging you. There we go. Hi!
Hey, how's it going?
What's up? Are you excited for today?
Yes!
Yeah? You have
Yes.
no idea what I'm gonna do to you.
No, I don't.
Let me grab some background music for us to do right now. What's this one? Yeah, that's good. That's good for today. Alright. Cool. So this is gonna be a lot of fun. Firstly, how are you?
Doing good. I am doing good.
You got any fun things you want to share for today?
River City Girls 2 came out today. Just kind of shadow dropped it, but you know, it's fine. Thanks, Way Forward.
Nads is on time for once. Hey, girl. Hey. Oh, and you always have us with those game drops.
Yeah, I don't think there's gonna be any games dropping tomorrow, so that's gonna be it's gonna be something I'm gonna have to think of.
Yeah, for your intros. Well. Let's go ahead and just do our fun little intros. So, hi, I'm Chloe. It's Chloe Madudes, owner of this channel and GM for the Heroes of Courage campaign that is here. Fun fact of today, the first food I'm eating are these little fruit snacks. And it is 1:14 p.m.
I guess that's my turn now, right? Hello, I am Yoru. I am playing Twyn, the local Rito of the group of the Heroes of Courage. Fun fact of the day, I already said that River City Girls 2 came out, so I am also going to be eating very soon. I ordered Chinese food for the first time. I'm going to be eating today, and it's 4:14 where I'm at.
Oh, buddy.
Days nearly over.
Oh, buddy. You poor thing.
I still get hungry when all I do is pretty much lie down.
That's understandable. I just brushed my teeth this morning, and then I just didn't eat.
So your teeth are pristine.
Mm-hmm. With the dozens of fillings that I have.
Oh.
Yeah.
I only have one filling, which is crazy, considering how bad I was at brushing my teeth as a youngin.
Oh no, that's me. I'm trying to get better at it. I'm trying to floss as well. Learning how to do that without the little like picks. Actual dental floss.
I don't like dental floss. It scares me. I feel like I'm gonna cut into my gums.
Yeah.
And then that's a whole other problem.
Yeah. Yep. I also have a water floss pick thing.
I would be fine with that.
Yeah. I don't.
My dad had one, but I never used it as a kid.
Yeah. I don't use it that often though because I'm just like always too lazy to fill it up with water whenever it comes time to like, floss.
That sounds about right.
I'm either like, it's too late, I don't want to do this, or it's too early, I don't want to do this. So I just don't.
Don't.
Just don't, okay? Don't. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna finish up eating these gummies before we start.
Okay.
Just so that my blood sugar is not terribly low for not eating anything.
That's usually good, yeah. You don't want to pass out midstream.
Yep. So, what do you think is gonna happen today?
Well, with the current questioning that you gave me recently, maybe, I don't know, maybe a look into the past a little bit?
Very good guess. You're gonna have fun with this.
Oh boy.
And I did take a look back at the Twyn lore doc that you gave me. And I noticed something on the list of dislikes. So that'll be fun.
Ah, shit, what did I write in my dislikes? I'll look back. Drive. There's so much shit!
Yeah, you gotta just search up Twyn lore. Because I, too, have a bajillion Google Docs.
Okay. Yeah, I think I may just have to do that. June 20th. Jesus!
Yeah, you have not touched that thing.
I did write that Gyarados are things that she does like.
Yeah.
She just thinks they're super cool.
Yeah.
She's just like, it's like, they're so cool!
Twyn, when the tall Gerudo woman came in and stole Flightless's money. Ah, she's
so cool!
Cool. Yeah. But the list of dislikes. Hee. We're gonna have fun.
Yeah.
Alright. So, I think we've had enough of a little opener for today. So, go ahead and mute up, and I will give my, once again, improvised prose, because I didn't get a chance to write it.
You got it!
Alright. There are many different parts of Hyrule. Some very open and easy to access, others more naturally closed off from the world. And where we are going today are the high, mountainous Rito clans and tribes. Up in the mountains, where the snow and biting cold are only one of the many dangers getting up there. We take a look into the past for our powerful Rito warrior. And we see a young Twyn practicing with her parents with her own bow. First, learning how to shoot. Go ahead and unmute. It's a short low pros for today. We're gonna take a look at Small Twyn. Small Twyn. First,
Small.
getting her own little training bow, and she's at like the little target range that they have there. Yeah, Small Twyn. She's got her father and mother on either side of her, and since you don't have names for them, I made names. We can change this later, if you want. Her father, Osilo, and her mother, Kima.
I like these actually.
Okay, cool. Sweet. And on one side, your father is like crouching down beside you, being the very tall Rito that he is. With a hand on your shoulder, or a wing on your shoulder, I guess.
Hands, wings, they're both the same, really.
Yeah, with the wing on your shoulder and his other stretched out, pointing toward the target. He's like, "All right, steady your breathing. Keep your eyes on the bullseye up there."
She takes a deep breath, holds it in, and then lets it out.
I'm gonna have you
And-
roll to hit.
Okay. How does this work? Do I just have my usual stats?
No, you do not have your +8 to hit, because this is when you're
Okay.
first learning how to use the bow.
Got
this
it.
is just gonna be a flat roll, as you are not proficient
Flat
with
roll.
it either.
Got it. So... one... And... Go!
Oh, that's
Two.
a 2. So as you're focusing on the target ahead of you, take a deep breath, and you let go of the arrow. But in the moment, you close your eyes because you're like, "I got this." And you let go of the arrow, and it goes like 2 feet before sticking into the ground.
She opens her eyes and is just like, that was the wind! Yeah, the wind.
Your mother, Kima, on the other side of you, just sort of laughs, and she's like, "I'm sure it was, dear. I'm sure it was. Why don't we try that one again?"
Yeah, definitely. I'll get it. This time, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And she hands you another arrow. And your father, as you load it into the bow, is like, "All right, this time, Twyn, let's keep our eyes open."
Got it, yeah.
All right.
She takes in another deep breath, lets it out, and then fires.
Alright, roll again. 7! Oh, it's a little better. The first roll was a 2. I don't know if I said that on stream, but it was a 2. With the 7, though, you're pulling the arrow back as far as you can, and your little arms are shaking a little bit. You let go, and it flies about 7 feet this time before hitting the ground, getting closer to the target, but not quite there.
Okay, I think that was just me this time.
It's alright, dear. You're still learning. One day you'll be just as good as your father and I. And you see Kima take out her own bow and then like keep her eyes on you, but then let like 3 arrows fly and hit all of the bullseyes.
good as Dad. Maybe not as good as you.
You're my daughter. You'll be able to hit what I can hit someday.
Really? She just kind of like looks at her puzzled.
Yeah, I'm sure you will.
Okay, I guess. That is... She just kind of thinks to herself like, that is a lot to catch up on.
And Osilo pats your shoulder a bit and is like, you don't have to try to match up to your mother's skill. Even I'm puzzled by her sometimes.
At least I'm not the only one. Just kind of like cranes her head up all the way.
He's like, yep, you'll learn with time just how crazy your mother's aim is. And Kima looks over at your father. It's like,
Hey, I've practiced a lot. So if I could do this with just practice, then I'm sure Twyn could do it too, and you, Osilo, but you're just so lazy.
and he's like, I am not lazy. You are just insane.
Twyn chuckles at their banter.
Yeah. And hearing your little laugh, they both sort of like stop and look down at you, and they're just smiling. Before there's another voice calling out to them, and they say, Osilo, Kima, may I have a word with you for a moment? And it's one of the elders of your clan. And both of your parents look down at you and sort of both pat your shoulder and back and be like, we'll be right back.
She just kind of like grudges, just like, all right, but don't make it too long.
We'll try our best. And then
She kind of turns around and goes to try to pick up an arrow to see if she can shoot again.
okay. So they sort of start walking away from you. Go ahead and make another attack roll.
Yeah.
Another 2! Without your parents being there, you're like trying to remember what they said. This time, as you're like going to shoot, like a little bit of dust gets kicked up from them walking away. And you're like, Achoo! And when you sneeze, you let go of the arrow and it just goes right into the ground.
She just kind of looks at it. It's just like, that doesn't count. that doesn't count. And she just picks it up again.
Right. Make another attack roll and then a perception roll.
Got it. So this will be the attack roll.
15! Okay. And then perception.
And this will be the perception.
5. That makes sense.
Laser focused on this target.
Yep. So you're like, okay. Remember what my mom and dad said. Remember, you do this, got this. With practice, I can be like Mom. She said I could. I know I can. And you are like laser focused in on this target, trying to keep the bow as straight as possible. When you let the arrow fly, you hit the second ring of the target from the outside.
She's just like, yes! Yes! She's like jumping up and down, getting like a little bit of air, and then just kind of like coming down.
And as you're celebrating, you hear another small voice a little bit of a ways away from you go,
didn't think you'd actually be able to hit it.
Kind of like jolts over to the voice. She's like, "Huh?"
And you see, kind of hiding in some bushes, a young Hylian boy who's all like bundled up.
Here. I'll be right back. Sight.
Okay.
My food's here, I think.
Okay, go get your food. Go get your food. While Yoru is off grabbing his food. Hi, Mads. Hi, Dan. How y'all enjoying small twin? Food time. Hi, Clary. Hi. Small twin is precious. Yes. Yes, she is. Honestly? Yeah, I figured you just got here. Honestly, Yoru doing small twin voice, I'm just like, oh, just so cute. Oh. Yeah.
Return.
You returned. Okay, I'm gonna eat
Yes.
a chip before we get back into it.
Take a chip and eat it. Need to grab my scissors. There they are. Whoop. 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 Whoop.
All right. You ready to get back into it?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So as you jolt and turn around. Wait. Before we get back into this, I have to address what Dan just said. So when does small twin get clotheslined?
Soon maybe. Who knows?
Soon maybe. Jesus. Hi, kid. We're just getting back into it after you grabbed his food. Right. So as you jolt and turn around to where the voice comes from, you see, kind of hiding in the bushes, a younger Hylian boy who's like really bundled up with how like freezing cold it is up here.
Mm-hmm.
And when he makes eye contact with you, he tries to like hide himself further into the bushes, and I'm gonna roll stealth with disadvantage because you're now looking at him.
Yeah.
Right. So there's that. And that, yeah, no. You see him try to like put branches in front of himself, but they're really like thinly leafed branches, so you can still see him pretty clearly.
I can still see you, you know.
No, you can't.
You just spoke to me, so now I definitely can see you.
Dang it. And he sort of perks his head up a little bit and looks around, making sure there's no like adults around for him to get caught with. And he's just like,
You're supposed to be up here.
I'm kinda exploring.
With no adult supervision?
No, not really.
Oh, well, you might die.
I mean, I got up here, so I don't think so.
True. She kind of like looks back to where her parents are. They still talking.
they're still talking.
Okay, so they haven't noticed you. Do you live near here?
No, I just kinda wanted to climb the mountain. I didn't know there'd be anything else up here.
Do you not know that Rito live up here?
No, it's my first time seeing you.
Well, you're... well then. I don't really know how to react to you because, well, Hylians don't usually just come up here for no reason, so...
He sort of shrugs a little bit before completely changing the subject, going,
How do you hold a bow and arrow?
How do you hold a bow and arrow?
With my hands?
And she just kind of like shows her hands. Just,
he sort of looks there and he's like,
Those are feathers.
yeah.
You can hold things with feathers?
Yeah. Just kind of like look down at them.
Well, that's strange.
The tricky part really is flying and shooting, really.
and he blinks at you and he's like,
You can fly?
Well, not too good. Still, kinda. And she's just kind of like she can get like a couple of feet off the air, but it's nothing too crazy about it. It's like her flapping like really hard.
He was just like, Wow. I didn't know people could fly.
Well, I mean, that's because we're not like other people.
I guess so.
How short is this kid? Because like even like if he's like roughly around my age, then he should be like a little bit shorter than me.
He is roughly about the same age as you. He's actually a bit smaller than you. Like, not just
Yeah.
a little, like a bit.
Oh. So where did you come from?
The bottom of the mountain?
I meant like before that.
Oh, well, heck, I don't know. I'm not good with names of places.
I think I should get my parents.
No. I don't know what'll happen to me if I get caught.
Well, I'd assume we would just try to find where you live.
I don't really live anywhere.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know how to respond to this.
Well, maybe you could just, keep me hidden? Like, I can find my own little hiding spot somewhere else, but I might need to come near here for food every so often.
Or someone could take you in here.
I'm not sure I'd be welcome.
Well, not want you till you try. And I grab his arm and I drag him.
Contested strength roll, because this kid is going to be struggling against you.
Got it.
First time seeing big talking bird. Doesn't want to go to the even
13.
bigger talking birds. He got a 6. So though he is trying to like dig his heels into the ground, you are still fairly easily dragging him through the snow.
Call out, Mom! Dad!
And they both sort of perk up and turn back to look at you.
As she's just dragging the strange Hylian boy behind her.
Yeah, who's like incredibly bundled up and covered in like dirt and snow and stuff. And they just sort of blink at you for a moment, and your mother's like,
Twyn,
Yeah?
what's that you got there?
She looks behind him. And she looks behind her and she's just... I found a kid.
I thought you were still practicing.
And your
I
father,
was.
Your father's like, where did you find this kid?
He was... And she just kind of points to where the bushes were. And now she's like rightly in front of these guys, just like holding him.
Uh-huh. In front of your two parents and one of the elders.
Yeah.
And this boy is still like trying to get his arm out of your grip. And you can hear him muttering like, "Jesus, this kid's strong. Why are feathers so strong?" And your mother sort of crouches down to be at your level and closer to the other kid's level. And she's like,
Hello there, sweetie. Where'd you come from? How'd you get past all the centuries?
Well, he's rather small.
and the boy just sort of stops struggling for a moment and slowly looks over to your mom, who is much bigger than you, and even more so bigger than him. And you can see like his eyes sort of widen and just be like,
I just climbed the mountain and sort of wandered in here.
and your mom's like,
Uh-huh. Where are your parents? I don't have them. Did you run away from them? Nah, just don't have them. Right.
she sort of stands up and looks to your father and then back at the elder. And looks back down at you, Twyn. It's like,
Twyn, could you go, bring this boy, to our home? Well,
I can do that, yeah.
yeah, we're just gonna talk for a little bit, okay?
And she just starts dragging him to the house.
he starts struggling again, but like, you're still stronger than him, so he's like, oh, come on. And when you take one last look back towards your parents, you can see them both just being utterly bewildered at this new situation as they talked with the elder. Yeah, so you're dragging this boy back to your home.
Right.
Yeah. And once you get to your sort of like, yeah, your home essentially. You bring him in, shut the door behind you. And the voice just like stops and looks at you, and it's like,
Why did you do that?
Well, I want to see my parents.
Yeah, why?
Because they're the only adults I really trust.
Okay. Okay.
he sort of looks around and he's like,
You got a really nice house.
Yeah, my dad's a well-respected retail lawyer, so be able to get a nice house.
Clearly.
and then he sort of stops and then looks over at you and is like,
Do do you have any food I could maybe eat a little bit of?
She goes over to their refrigeration unit, if they have one.
It's like this box with like ice in it.
Makes sense, yeah.
Yeah.
Open it up.
Yeah. You see a lot of fish. A lot of fish.
Yep, that seems about right. Well, I don't think you might want to eat these, cause it's all fish, just raw fish.
Do you have any fire? I could maybe cook some fish.
Do we have a fireplace?
I mean, I imagine you would, living in like snow. Though you guys are
True.
like, very tolerant of the cold, it is a good way to like dry your clothes when they get wet from the
Yes.
snow.
Yeah, we have a fireplace right here.
All right, cool. And he sort of looks around, grabs an arrow from a quiver that you guys just have laying around in the house because it's your family.
Yep.
Goes over to where you are with the freezer, grabs a fish, sticks it through the arrow, and then goes over to the fireplace, sits in front of it, and just is holding out this fish on an arrow.
That works.
Yep. So,
Just kind of like plops down.
Well, you dragged me to your parents and then over here to your house. So do you got a name?
Name's Twyn.
Twin? Isn't that like a thing when there are like two kids who look exactly the same?
Yeah, but it's spelled with a W and a Y. Wait, Twyn spelled with a W as well.
And he sort of smiles and he's like, alright, got it. I'm Jakul.
Cool name.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, ain't it? And he sort of like looks at you like a huh? Like one of those.
She
kind of
gave.
looks.
She just kind of looks at him, and she's just like, "Wow, that was really bad."
Hey, I'd say my jokes are really good.
Have you had anyone ever critique you?
No, nobody laughs at my jokes.
I'll be fine. You'll get funny with some practice, right? And if people are around to hear your jokes.
Yeah, maybe.
So, is everyone here a warrior or something? Bro?
Apologies, my uncle wanted to talk to me real quick.
No worries. I was just like, did he die?
No, not yet.
Not yet, oh no.
Well, not everyone. We've got fishes, we have a tailor, we have a blacksmith. We got other things here. Just a lot of warriors as well.
Got it. Alright. Well, this is probably the nicest place I've been to.
Ritos tend to just kind of live a peaceful lives, yeah. I say we have warriors, but they're really more like guards. We mostly keep up here. Only ever really going down when we need more supplies.
Got it. Yeah, that makes sense. Still, it's a mighty fine place you got here. There's no, like, slums or anything here, right?
Slums? Not really. No.
Good. I'm tired of slums.
And at this point, he's sort of finished cooking the fish and he pulls it back away from the fire and it looks pretty good. Not the best cook on it, but it's livable. And he starts like picking at it with his fingers, like pulling back a little bit because it's still like freshly hot. But he ends up ripping a piece of the fish off and quickly putting it in his mouth and doing the little thing because it's hot.
It's still hot, you know.
Yeah, but I'm hungry.
Makes sense, yeah. So, do you... Where did you start off at?
It's kind of a place near the, there's like a big canyon thing, and at one part of it, there's like this town that's kind of run down. That's where I'm from. I just kind of ran away from that, though.
She kind of like has her hands to like where like the bottom of her beak would be, and just kind of like nods, just like, I see. I have no idea where that is.
Yeah, I figured. Figured you would. But, maybe if your folks are real nice, and maybe if they let me stay here. I don't know. And he like takes a big bite off of the fish.
I'll see why not. The place is big enough, I think. Or it could just be me because I'm very small.
You're small? I'm smaller than you.
Well, I'm average height for kids my age.
You're the average height? I'm gonna be living among giants.
Well, hopefully you get to stay here. If not, the elders might just kick you out. They're not too keen on keeping strangers around for long, but, they'd be right heartless if they just kicked out a kid, so, yeah, I think your chances are good. She kind of gives a thumbs up.
And he sort of smiles with like his mouth half full. He quickly swallows and says, well, even if they do kick me out, it's not like I got anywhere else to go. If anything, I might just set up camp outside and come visit you once in a while.
Sounds good. I can give you some food, extra food, if we ever have any.
I'd greatly appreciate it. And, it's at this point where, your mother comes, into your home, and she's got a little bit of a frown on her face.
Hey, Mom!
Oh, hey, Twyn? Is the little boy okay?
He's eating some fish that we had.
That's good. Could I talk to you for a moment, Twyn?
And she gets up, and she just kind of like, she kind of points at him, and it's just like, all right, I'll be right back.
And he's taking off like his big old hood. And you see like this very tousled dark brown hair, and he just raises his hand up at you as like acknowledgement as his mouth is once again full of fish.
She walks over to her mom.
Your mom sort of pulls you just outside of your house. It's like, alright, your father and I talked to one of the elders about this boy you found. And unfortunately, they're quite suspicious of him.
Okay.
And because they're suspicious of him, they aren't gonna let him stay here with us.
Why not? That just make them heartless. He's a kid. He'd be like kicking one of us out, or me.
I know.
She kind of like widens her eyes at that realization.
And your mom sort of like quickly crouches down and puts her like feathered hands on your shoulders. It's like, I know. I know. There's nothing else we can do. If it were up to me and your father, we would have taken him into our home, but unfortunately, the elders are a bit more harsh than we are.
You can just say they're assholes, Mom.
Yes, they really are assholes.
And then she like sort of stops for a moment and then looks at you and it's like, where did you learn that word?
You?
Yeah. Don't repeat that in front of your father, okay?
Alright.
Good. If you did, I would be in a lot of trouble.
She sort of like shivers.
But he said that would they allow him to just kind of camp outside, like the gates?
I'm not sure being in front of the gates is such a great idea. They might have the sentries shoot at him for practice.
Oh.
Maybe a little ways off? I believe there is a cave not too far from the town.
But aren't those caves usually with monsters in them?
Oh, we can clear them out, no problem. Would you rather have him just sit out in the cold, though? Look how much he had to bundle up just to be outside for a little bit.
True. Okay.
Then you can go ahead and explain what happened to him, and your father and I will go prepare one of the caves for him to stay in. And we will be going back periodically to make sure that he is okay. I know you worry about people, Twyn.
Yeah. Okay then. How do I break this to him? Exactly?
You can see her feather sort of ruffle up a bit before she quickly like ruffles the top of your head. And it's like, you're a smart girl, you'll figure that out. Gotta go. And she runs away.
Okay. And she just kind of like looks at the door. And it's just like, oh no! And she opens it.
When she opens it and she looks over to where he is, the arrow is now only having the bones of the fish on there. And he's like licking his fingers, and he's like, that was so good. And he like perks up and looks over at you and is like, "Oh, hey, Twyn."
Okay, well, my mom talked to, and my dad talked to the elders, and I am sorry to say they well, we cannot keep you here.
He sort of looks at you for a moment. And you can see his shoulders fall a little bit before he puts on a smile and is like, "Yeah, I figured that happened. Normally does.
Yeah,
anyway."
sorry. But my mom came up with the idea that you could possibly stay in a cave, and we would check up on you periodically to make sure you're okay and fine, and that they would also clear the monsters in there if there are any.
His eyes sort of widen for a moment. "You'd really set up a place for me to stay?"
Yeah. I mean, you're just a kid, no? I mean, it sucks you have to live in a cave and everything. But, well, I'm guessing that, yeah. She doesn't really know how to word it.
He smiles.
He just
like-
says, yeah.
He smiles and sets the arrow with the fish bones on it, or on the ground, and goes over to you, and he's like, "You know, you're not half bad, Twyn."
Thank you. I'd like to think so myself. And she kind of just like puffs up her chest.
Thanks. I really appreciate it.
But
And, from here, the scene sort of morphs, spinning about as time passes. Your parents do clear out a smaller cave for him to stay in, making sure that he has enough supplies to keep him warm with a fire, and occasionally going over there to drop off fish and food for him. And you both grow older and older, and sometimes he sneaks back into the city to just hang out with you, and sometimes pull pranks on the elders before going back to his cave, getting really good at sneaking around. And eventually, the time comes for Twyn's coming of age ceremony, where she will be recognized as a warrior of her clan.
yes.
So with the ceremony, it does come with a kind of test for you.
Makes sense.
You'll be battling some of the older warriors to see just how well you can hold your own against them.
Got it.
So it's gonna be you against 3 other warriors, with only your bow and a single quiver full of arrows.
Got it.
And so, let me get a little music change happening here. Come on. We come to Twyn, standing in the middle of a snowy clearing with 3 older Rito warriors around her. Let's roll initiative, shall we?
Okie dokie. Do I use my usual initiative?
Yes, you do.
Got it.
Twyn is up first.
Nice. What's the arena looking like?
It's a large, open, circular area with other Ritos standing along the outskirts of it, and it's open air.
Open air, got it. I'm assuming the other Ritos here have bows.
Yep.
All of them.
Yep.
Got it. All right then. She's going to take off into the air, just straight up.
Okay.
And she will fly her 40 feet up into the air, and then shoot at one of the soldiers.
Okay. Roll the hit.
Okay. Do I roll with proficiency or?
Yes.
Got it.
Roll just your normal attack roll, baby.
20 plus. I'm just rechecking. Yes, it is. Got it. There we go. 27.
Jesus. that definitely hits. Roll damage.
I believe that is 1d8. Yes, it is. Oh.
That's 5 damage. Okay. Alright. So you fly up into the air. You take aim with your bow. Shoot at one of them. And though they try to fly out of the way, it still manages to graze them and deal a bit of damage. Now it's all of their turns. Okay, so let's... Okay. So the first two also fly up into the air, aiming for you, but you're able to maneuver in the air in a way that you turn your body to the side and the arrows shoot past you on either side, missing each time. One of them, though, stays on the ground and takes aim and shoots their bow at you, getting a 19 to hit.
A hit.
Yep. You take 6 damage.
6 damage. Got it. Got it.
Now it's your turn again.
Okay. Who is the one that I hit?
You hit the one on the ground.
Got it. So I'll take another shot at him then.
Okay.
Wow.
12. You take a shot at him now. But he was ready for it. And is able to leap out of the way.
Got it.
Are you gonna move at all?
Yes. I will move. I'll move about 20 feet in the guy I'm shooting at's direction.
Okay, cool. And what's Twyn's AC?
17.
Jesus. Okay.
Oh wait, no, 16, because I don't have the ring yet.
Yep. And one of them just rolled a 16. And it's the one on the ground again.
Funny.
So once more, as you're moving towards the one Rito on the ground, the two in the air again try to shoot at you, but you're able to sort of barrel roll out of the way. And the one on the floor sees you coming closer and takes the opportunity with a now much closer target to shoot again. And yeah, it's rolling another damage. It's a 7.
Right.
It's your turn again.
Twyn will move 40 feet and directly above the Rito that she was still aiming at,
Mm-hmm.
and then take another shot.
Okay. Oh,
Oh, didn't go
forgot
through.
the space.
Ah.
Mm-hmm. $16. That hits.
Nice.
Go ahead and roll damage.
Yep. And damage.
That's great. Cool. So, you get even closer to this one Rito on the ground. And you take aim with your bow, going directly downward toward him. And you shoot. And you manage to get an arrow through the Rito's arm. And he sort of does like a low grunt from the impact and staggers back a little bit before stepping out of the arena.
All right. She kind of looks at the other two and just kind of like and just smirks.
They're both gonna try to hit you again. Ooh. Okay. Oh boy. Seeing you smirk, the other two Rito look at each other and nod, and one flies straight up into the air, even higher, and the other is coming straight towards you. You're able to dodge the one coming right at you just before they hit, but it leaves you completely open for the one above to shoot. They rolled a natural 20.
Oof.
So they are aiming to knock you out of the sky. What's your HP at?
18.
Okay. So you're gonna take another 6 damage.
Got it. Cool.
And that arrow goes yeah, it goes into your arm.
Cool. All right.
That's your turn.
She's going to fly up. About 30 feet, and then take a shot.
Okay. Which one are you taking the shot at?
The one that shot me.
Okay, cool. Go right ahead. 22.
22.
That definitely hits. Roll for damage.
Yes. Nine.
Okay. You managed to get this Rito sort of in one of the legs with your arrow. And they sort of stagger in the air for a moment before regaining themselves. That's their turn. Okay, nope. No. They both try to shoot at you, the one from below and the one that hit you before. One of them's just having a really bad day. Because they were not expecting you to be like this good.
Nice.
And the other one that hit you is just like, ow, my leg. And they both miss their shots at you. So it's your turn.
Got it. Still aiming at the guy that shot at.
Mm-hmm.
13.
That's a near miss.
Oof.
So you go for the one that shot at you again, and while they're staggering, they sort of fall a couple feet in the air before regaining themselves right at the moment where you tried to shoot at them, so it just whiffs over their head.
It's like, mate, come on.
They both try to shoot at you again. Both miss. You are just a queen in the air.
He flies up a bit higher, above, about 20 feet above the guy that he missed. And she's gonna take another shot. 21.
Okay, yeah. That definitely hits. Roll damage.
Ten.
Oh boy. So you shoot this one. You weren't aiming for vital spots because, like, this is essentially just like a test. None of you are going, like, to the death. But it flies a little lower than where you were aiming, because you were aiming for the shoulder, but it ends up hitting them more so in, like, their side.
Oof!
And this Rito gasps and, like, quickly flies down to the ground, and falls to their knees outside of the arena as, like, others rush to aid them. Because you took this guy down to 1 HP.
Oh! Oopsie!
Yep. And now it's just you and the one that has missed you every single time. And they're gonna be flying up towards you as they are making their shot. This time they hit with a 17.
Ooh, get them!
Because they're like, oh, it's time to get serious now. Because, like, my bud just got, like, knocked out. So they're gonna aim to hit you. You take 4 damage as an arrow whiffs by cutting the side of your leg.
Got it.
Now it's your turn.
All right. Gonna take aim.
Mm-hmm.
$23!
Yeah, that hits. Go ahead. Go ahead, roll damage.
1d.
5. Okay. So your arrow grazes one of their wings. They sort of shake it off. Woo! I dropped my D20.
Go!
Ooh, it's a 19 to hit. So your arrow grazes their wing as they go up to. They're still flying directly towards you. closing the distance, getting about like 5 feet away from you before shooting. That's a 7 for damage.
Okay.
Yeah. You now have an arrow in your leg. Got one in
Got
your
it, got
arm,
it.
got one in your leg, and they are opposite arm and leg too.
Funny. Alright. Take my shot.
Yep.
Back up, though.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit. Fly back 40 feet.
Okay.
$16.
That hits. Roll damage.
$7.
That is enough. So as you flap your wings, shoot yourself 40 feet away from this other Rito, as you're still moving, you take aim with your bow and shoot and get them in their shoulder. And they fly back down to the arena outside of the circle. And you are there in the air, alone. And cheers
She
erupt from below.
flies down and lands. And just kind of like raises her hand in the air, just yes. Huh.
Your mother, like, breaks away from the crowd, runs up to you, and wraps you in her arms, picking you up. And sort of like swinging you around and being like, "My little girl!"
Mom.
And she sort of like stops when you say that. It's like, "Oh, sorry, right, let's get those arrows out of you, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so proud of you!"
Well, all that practicing did actually help. She like walks over to the infirmary. How's the other guy I hit? He doing all right? Didn't mean to hit him in the side there.
Oh, he's fine. He's just being a baby.
I think only you would say that, Mom.
She sort of looks at you and she's like,
And what's that supposed to mean?
I'm pretty sure I saw you come home one time with like 5 arrows in you.
Yeah, that was just barely a stretch. That's like a Tuesday.
Yeah.
and she leads you to the infirmary where you have your sort of medicine man type guy there. He's fixing up you and the other 3 Ritos that were part of the battle, and sort of fast forwarding a little bit in time to the ceremony of you gaining a physical sort of trait in a way that essentially tells everyone around you that you are a Rito warrior. And it's your braids.
Nice.
Yeah. So you get your braids, you're in like adornment sort of things for like a whole celebration that happens later that night, even though you are like partially bandaged in some areas.
Nice.
And there's this huge party, a lot of people celebrating, drinking. And at some point during the night, as you're sort of just walking around, basking in your achievement, because this is what you were raised for, And you did it so well today. You hear a little psst outside of the fence that you were walking beside.
He looks over.
It's an older Jakul there with a big smile, still bundled up. And he's just like, I heard what you did. Heard you were...
He like she leans over on the fence. It's just like, yeah.
I heard you were really cool up there.
I don't think I was. I mean, shot it nearly almost knocked out a guy, but that's I apologized.
And he laughs and sort of like elbows you through like the gap in the fence. And it's like, yeah, well, you always were born to be a kind of silent killer.
Wouldn't say that.
Hey, a warrior's a warrior, huh?
Sure, I guess. But I wish you could join in the festivities.
No, I'm fine out here.
You
But
sure?
if you were
Could
to
always-
sneak me a bottle of something, I might appreciate it a little bit more.
I think I could do that. Give me a sec. She kind of like pops up from the fence and tries to find a bottle.
Alright, roll investigation.
Okay. This is just gonna be a flat roll. 2!
That's a 2. Roll it with investigation. Or not investigation, with advantage.
Okay, okay.
Solely because it's a huge celebration and people will be drinking. So it shouldn't be too difficult to find it, but a 2 is just, ooh, buddy. 13, much better. You managed to find an unopened bottle, and you're able to sort of sneak it away from the party as, like, pretty much most, if not all, of the adults are drunk.
Nice. She just kind of yoinks it, heads back over to where Jakul was.
He's still there. And his smile widens very much visibly when he sees you bringing back a bottle for him.
Luckily for me, there's a ton of drunkards out there, so she kind of just hands it over to him.
He takes it through the gap in the fence before looking around and looking back at you and going, hey, you want to sneak out of here for the night?
Yeah, let me just get my usual stuff on and grab my bow.
Alright. Meet up at the usual place.
Bet.
See you there. And he scurries off.
She heads back to her house where she last left her stuff. Gets out of all the fancy schmancy clothes and starts making her way off.
Cool.
Puts on a scarf, heads off.
Straight. Roll me a general stealth check.
Okay. No. Yes, there we go. And go.
23.
23!
Jesus. I forgot how high your stealth was, man. Someone better look out. Jeez. 23. So, yeah, you easily sneak out without drawing the attention of any of the other adults or other younger people, slipping out of the city and meeting up with Jakul outside, near a very specific tree that you guys have sort of made to be your meetup spot. And it's this very tall tree with this dark brown bark with a piece of the outer layer missing to reveal the red inside wood.
Got it. Okay.
So you go over there,
Dopage.
you see him, and he's just like leaning against the tree very casually, smiling at you.
So, how's everything been? It's been a little bit
Yeah,
Since,
been a little bit.
since our last visit.
Mhm. Things have been fine. Bit cold out here, but still got
Always
everything
cold
I
out here.
need for yeah. Still got everything I need for to keep me warm.
Good, good. You ever make your way down the mountain?
Yeah, I've tried a couple times, but every time I see people down there, I'm just like, eh. Besides, I don't want to leave my only friend up here alone.
You know, I'll be fine with the loneliness a bit.
Sure. Why don't we head back to my place and crack open the bottle?
Sure, why not, mate? Gets up.
You guys make your way over to his cave, which has a lot more like bits and baubles and things and stuff that he's collected over the years.
That's nice.
Lots of just random stuff. And there's a fire already going there because it tends to keep away the animals from taking root there when he's gone. And there's like poorly made stitched up cushions there for you guys to sit on when you get there around the fire. And he plops down and he's just like, good to be home.
Just kind of lays down and rests.
He takes the bottle, sort of like smacks the cap off with the back of his knife, and yes, I know the music stopped. I'm quickly changing it. And it sort of like bubbles up for a moment before fizzling back down, and he just takes a swig, and he's like, ah, whew, been quite a while since I had alcohol.
It's been, yeah. When was the last time? Freaking. Like what, like 6 months ago?
Yeah, 6 months too long. There it is. I think it was the time when we we managed to snatch a couple bottles from that one elder. He's always a pain in the
Yeah.
ass.
He is kind of an asshole, isn't he?
Yeah.
Surprised he hasn't kicked the bucket yet.
Yeah, Rito got a long lifespan.
Yeah, I guess we do. Just wish that you didn't have to stay out here. There's a perfectly nice place to stay at.
Yeah. But hey, I'm always grateful for the place your parents set up for me.
Yeah, just wish we could have done better.
Yeah, you did all you could.
Pass the bottle. I want some.
Alright, here you go. And he hands it over to you.
He takes a decent swig. Nothing too crazy.
Nice.
and places it back in between them.
Cool. You guys sort of sit there very casually. No, not that one.
Yeah.
Firstly, my headphones were somehow not picking up YouTube, so I had to change it.
Nice.
Yeah, you guys sit there for quite a while, just vibing, honestly. Because it's been a while since the two of you have actually just hung out together. Because you've been really busy with training and everything, and getting all sorts of new responsibilities that come with getting older. There we go. This is much better. But now you guys are just relaxed, hanging out like old friends.
Shooting shit.
Yeah, shooting random stuff. You guys even have like contests to see like who can hit the furthest tree from the mouth of the cave. He doesn't have like a bow, but he does have like little throwing knives.
It's nice.
You guys are just hanging out, relaxed. And this is probably one of Twyn's fond memories that she has of growing up. And here, we're going to switch, fast forward a little bit in time to a year after this wonderful day. And this is where we're gonna take our break.
Nice.
You know what happens
Yep.
a year later. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, hey guys. Hey people in chat. Y'all are funny. After the break equals trauma time. Who knows? Who knows? And Dan, to your DM. Aw, the kid is cute. Now when does bad stuff happen?
Oh
Who
boy.
knows? Who knows? But yeah. This is to give you more time to eat your food, Yoru.
The food is almost done.
Oh, you've been eating good then.
Yep.
Did not notice. But yeah. Any of y'all got like questions or anything while we're in this break here? Can we keep Kid Twyn? Well,
Wow.
wow.
In the spirit of soccer.
So Twyn get punted like a soccer ball. Dude. Why do you just want to wreck Twyn? I mean, I know why Flightless would, but why do you want this, Dan?
Who has done nothing but give this man safety and a healthy sleep schedule.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Also, thank you Pepsi Man Gaming and Cluter Archering, because they followed 2 days ago when I was offline. So, saying that now. Thanks, guys. Yeah, I have a question. Why are Rito started to draw like, oh my god.
Oh man.
Birds. Yeah, perfect answer.
Birds.
Birds.
Yeah.
How are
I don't
you?
know. You gotta give props to who's the art director of fucking
Yeah.
Breath of the Wild. Holy shit.
What if we make hyper-realistic Twyn and just draw a regular bird?
Just a pink bird, just like, what's good?
Yeah. Actually, what kind of bird would Twyn be?
I would have to look up birds. A sexy bird. You good, Chloe? Or a little cough there.
Yeah, just choking on a chip.
Oh, that sucks.
These chips have like a little spice on it, so having it be stuck in my throat, a little painful.
Oh, yeah.
Paragon Falcon. I mean Peregrine? Okay, okay.
BRB gonna open up my window a little bit.
That's not with the a sexy bird comment, no. Hey, Yoru.
Yeah?
How are you liking today's session so far?
It's going good. I like it.
Yeah? Cool.
Just gotta
How'd
throw away
you,
some garbage. Oh,
how'd you like the friend I just threw at you?
very nice.
Yeah?
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Very cool, yeah.
Bad joke used twice.
Yep.
There we go. Smelled some of that.
Spelled Jakull. Jakul. Yeah, Mads. Yeah, that's exactly what this is. Euro is just so chill. You should have known this already though, Mads, when Euro just had Twyn be so casual and touch the black cloud in the dream realm. Like, bro.
As you can see, danger has never been really a thing for Twyn.
Uh-huh.
But it's just like oh man, I don't know if I should like meet these people. It's just like, well, won't know until we find out.
Yeah.
So I can just grabs this kid.
Very much takes after her mother in that sense. Though I like to think that she looks more like her father.
I like that idea, yeah.
Also, yeah, going back to when Mama Rito was on screen. Let's see. Matt was saying something about hot mom or something. Yeah, Twyn's mom equals baddie. That's what she said. And you are absolutely right.
Let's see.
After session, I'm gonna be like making myself a proper meal, so probably not immediately after session.
At least I didn't say.
Matt, so we all know that you're thinking MILF.
You're thinking it,
You're
though. Yeah,
thinking
you're
it,
definitely
though.
thinking it.
We know you are. Slay.
Ah, it's actually getting cool in my room now, thank God.
Were you dying of heat before?
Yeah,
Oh, you poor thing. That's like the opposite.
I don't know why.
Of Twyn right now.
Freaking, it, like, my apartment building fucking just cranks the heat up, like, as the day goes on.
Mhm.
So it starts out fine, and then just as the day goes on, it just gets hotter and hotter and hotter.
That's insane. Hmm. Ooh.
Yeah, I did fight 3 people, didn't I? Twin.
Yeah. 3-on-1.
Jesus.
Easy. Easy. She's at full health now, by the way. It's like
Yes.
your time skip. Right.
So, I suppose we should get back on into it.
Alright, I'm down.
Let me
My
go
food is finished.
Good. Let me go ahead and grab the new music for this. Twin Solo's your favorite animal character?
Anime.
Twin Solo's everyone. Let's be real. Anyway, getting back into this. 1 year after Twyn had completed her rite of passage and became one of the Rito warriors, ending up being put on patrol on occasion, going out with her parents and other Rito to fend off any monsters that happen to crop up here and there. It's one day when Twyn is a sentry on one of the pillars at the gates that there's this rumbling sound. Roll me perception.
Okay. Wait. Does a 14 beat it? For my passive?
Yeah, sure.
Nice.
So, you hear the rumbling and you're able to pinpoint the direction that it's coming from. You look out across the snowy peaks and you see this powdery white cloud approaching. It's large, stretching across the horizon that you can see. You can tell that it's snow. That it's something big approaching.
Is there a telescope up here?
Yeah.
She's gonna grab it and take a look through it.
Takes you a few moments to find some spot in the cloud that's clear enough for you to make out what's behind it. You see horns.
Horns, you say?
Horns.
She's gonna try to find a more like defining feature.
Roll me perception. This one needs a roll.
Yep. Because I'm actively looking. Okay. 11.
You can't quite make out any other defining features.
She is going to... is there another sentry near me?
Yes.
She's gonna leave her post and fly over to that sentry.
As you do, the other sentry sort of looks over at you as you land near them, and they're like, Twyn, what's the matter? Why'd you leave the post?"
She lands on the side of the gate and hands over the telescope and is just like, you might want to check over this. Some stuff happening over there.
They sort of give you a bit of a weird look before taking the telescope and looking in the direction that you're pointing. I'm gonna roll their perception. Okay. They got a natural 20.
Nice. What's the right person?
So you see them looking, and then you see their feathers start to fluff up a bit, and they quickly pull the little telescope down and look at you and say, "Raise the alarm."
Yep. All right. She starts flying as quickly as she can to the alarm.
And as you fly, you can hear the rumbling get louder and louder. And eventually, you hear it get awfully close to the city just as you're going to ring the alarm bell that's in the center of the city. And just as you ring it once, there's this loud crunch sound at the front gate. And when you turn back to look, you see the gate partially broken inward. Not fully, so whatever's out there isn't inside yet. But it's gonna break through with the next hit.
Got it.
And so you raise
That-
the alarm.
Yeah, she's like ringing the shit out of this thing.
And you see all the other Rito warriors grabbing their bows, flying up, flying out of the city. You just see rains of arrows coming down on whatever is outside. But eventually, there's another loud crunch. And just as you look back towards the gate again, you see it completely burst open, and you just see icy, fur-covered, horned monsters pouring in. There is no initiative here. This is just shoot to survive.
Twyn is immediately going to stop ringing the bell and just start making way towards the enemies at the gate and shoot
Okay.
at one of them.
This is just gonna be continuous rolls to hit from you.
Okay. Getting at the space.
And for another roll that I'm gonna be making apart from rolls to attack, I'm gonna be rolling one of my big dice to decide a certain fate. So if you hear loud thuds on stream, that's what it is. So that's a 22 that hits, and you see your arrow fly sink into one of these creatures, but you have no time to see the effects of it as you get hit by some jagged, sharp metal that this little, almost impish-looking creature throws at you. And you take 2 damage.
Okay.
Stutter. Okay.
Got it.
What's that?
Twyn's gonna fly a little bit higher up
Okay.
and take another shot.
Okay.
I did it again! My 2.
Another 22. Okay, cool. Once more, you shoot another arrow, and just after you do, and you see it sink into another of these creatures, a sort of icy covered monstrous bat flies up into your face and starts biting at your face. You take 1 damage.
Got it. She's gonna fucking swat this thing away and pull back a bit and then take another shot.
Okay. Definitely hits.
No, 19.
Um,
19. Nice.
And when you see your arrow hit this icy bat creature, you see it sink in, and then it just disappears in a puff of an icy cloud.
She's gonna back away a little bit from the main forest, realizing that she's probably gonna get swarmed by more of these things, and try to fight and try to link up with more Rito warriors, so that way she can also have numbers.
Okay. So you do that, and you see another group towards the back entrance as well, as you see now that this whole monster force has wrapped around the entire city and is attacking from both sides. And the group at the back has your father there with you.
She joins up and it's just like, "Hey, Dad, how's it going?" And she takes another shot at another monster.
And he sort of like glances back at you and he's like, "Well, it could be better." And he's like shooting arrow after arrow, sometimes doing several other ones, or like multiple
11.
arrows at a time. 11. You miss.
Shit.
It whiffs and strikes into the ground by one of the creature's feet. And he's like, "You off your game today, Twyn? That's a poor
He
timing."
shot like 3 things.
Well, I didn't see it.
I
So
shot
it
like
didn't
3
count.
things today. That hit so counts, so she takes another shot.
Okay. Natural 20.
That's crit.
Yeah. So how many arrows do you think Twyn would load up at a time? With
At a
this one
time?
with this one single shot for the natural 20. Like how badass do you want Twyn to be?
I think she'll do that one time where her mom did and load in 3.
Sweet. And you load in 3 arrows, not even looking exactly like how your mom did. Shoot and strike 3 of these creatures in like the head, chest, like vital points. And your dad
Nice.
kind of like stops in the air and is like, "God, you really are just like your mom."
So does those 3s count?
Sorry I doubted you, Twyn.
it's okay. We just need to make sure that these things stay away from the main area.
Yep. And he's like firing off arrow after arrow, striking many of them at a time. And it's just this huge battle all around. You hear fellow Rito crying out in pain. You hear monster screeches or lurches, and you see buildings be set on fire. The fence around the city being broken. And just monsters pouring in and pouring in and pouring in. And it's a long, hard battle. But eventually, the Rito warriors end up killing enough of them to make the others start to run in fear. And as the monsters flee, and everyone in this city starts to regroup and count the losses, you look around at your home, which has always been such a peaceful place. You see it in ruin.
She's kind of like, she's like sitting on like the edge of like a tower. And she just kind of like breathes out a heavy sigh, just like, huh.
My bad, accidentally clicked out there.
Little swappy swap.
Yep. So please say what you just said.
So she's just sitting at she's sitting at like the edge of a tower, and just kind of like sighs, just like, all right, I think that is all of them. She kind of just like looks around just to make sure there's not any stragglers in her general area.
Yeah. There aren't any stragglers there. Any that would be there have been taken care of by other Rito warriors. So you're just left there as others are regrouping, taking care of the injured, trying to build back any sort of defenses just in case they were to come back soon after.
Kind of stands up and she's gonna play a little tune on her pan flute.
Oh, I forgot she had that. Yeah.
Yep. Shall I roll performance?
Yeah, go right ahead.
Ready, bud? $23!
23. Wow. Okay. Let me just pull the thing up real quick. Okay. Oh. It's gonna be a cool thing. Okay. Here, this will work. There we go. You take out your pan flute. look around at your home in shambles. And you just play a tune in hopes to bring some kind of peace to such a chaotic situation. As you play, you hear some of the other Rito that are walking by you, checking on everything, sort of stop and take out their own sort of instruments. As your village has always been quite a musical one, apart from the warrior aspect of it all. They all join in with you, playing their own little instruments. Some pulling out other pan flutes to harmonize with you, others pulling out harps or flutes. Other instruments. You spark this sort of feeling of togetherness after such a hectic battle. And if anything, your performance had brought a kind of peace of mind to any of the others there. Because this lets them know that even if they may be separated or caught in the midst of battle, they will always find this solidarity within each other and peace. And as you sort of finish up your performance, a thought crosses your mind. The monsters that came, they would have passed by the cave that Jakul was staying in.
Upon that realization, she's going to grab if there's any, she's gonna grab a more full quiver. So I'm assuming she's down to like not too many in hers.
Mm-hmm.
And she's going to just book it over to the cave.
Okay. Is she gonna call out for him at all on her way there, or?
She doesn't want to risk possibly
Gotcha.
alerting any monsters, so she's gonna get to the cave and then call out for his name there. Because if they've passed by the cave, then it should be fine.
Mm-hmm. as you run towards the cave, before you even reach it, but as you near it, you see a scrap of a banner lying in the snow, half buried, that you know to be from Jakul's cave.
No, 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 no. She's gonna pick it up and take it with her.
And the closer you get to where the cave is, the more scraps and broken things you find on your way there. Almost like a trail back to his cave. And when you finally reach it, getting to the opening, there's no fire lit. And the cave itself is in shambles, with rocks and things caved in partially.
Is it cool? She shouts into the cave.
Your voice echoes, but there is no answer.
She's going to enter the cave.
Okay, roll me perception.
Does 14 beat it?
No, roll me perception.
Okay.
$23. Oh boy. As soon as you take your first steps into the cave once more, you see partially buried under the rubble and boulders of the cave that had partially collapsed in on itself. You see a portion of Jakul's scarf sticking out of it.
She's gonna try to... Can she move the boulders or the rocks?
Gonna need a strength roll from you.
Lovely. I'm so good at that, I swear. So good at that, I swear! My god.
I knew that your strength was the lowest of lows. The only way for you to have been able to lift the boulders was if you were to get a natural 20. And you got a natural 20. Okay. Upon seeing the portion of his scarf sticking out from the boulders, you get a burst of just panic and adrenaline that you thought had faded before once the battle had ended, but it comes back in a resurgence. You throw your stuff to the ground and grab at these boulders, barely even able to have a grip on them, as you just pull and pull with all of your strength to try and just dislodge it. And even to your surprise, you feel it moving. You pull and pull and pull. And just as you're able to get the first large boulder off of him, there's this deep rumbling echo in the cave, and you see little pebbles start to fall from the ceiling. The cave was already partially collapsed.
Oh no!
You don't know what was holding it up. So being able to pull away one of the larger boulders to try and get to your friend under there. The cave is collapsing.
Is there anything where the scarf was?
You were able to just see more of the scarf. The rest of it still buried underneath more rocks.
She's gonna try to pull at the scarf.
Okay. Roll me strength.
Got it.
Okay. So as you're holding one of the boulders back with one hand, you sort of shift it to be against your shoulder as you grab at the scarf and start pulling on it. You pull and pull and pull. Instead of pulling anything out, the scarf rips. And you go stumbling back. And you hear, can feel the cave now rumbling. And you see more and more pebbles falling from the ceiling.
She books it. She has to. She dashes out of the cave, picking up her stuff and the banner that she dropped before the cave just completely closes in on her.
And just as she gets outside, she can feel the rush of air behind her as the rocks just cave in all at once. And she's left alone with the torn scarf and the ripped banner.
She starts making the walk back, and as she's walking back there, she starts to cry a little bit.
Okay. I'm gonna fast
And
forward a little bit. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
for everyone's information, Twyn's walking speed is 25, so that shit's gonna take a little bit.
Yep. Yeah, it's a long walk. Long, heavy walk. Now we're gonna fast forward a couple weeks where things are starting to get rebuilt more. Houses are partially repaired. People are recovering. And Twyn is still feeling the loss of her close friend.
She has the rip banner on her wall, and she keeps a bit of the scarf, like kind of like on like a nightstand.
As you're sort of laying there in bed, you can hear outside of your home arguing between your parents and other warriors of your tribe and the elders.
She makes her way out. She kind of like she flies up to the roof and just kind of stalks up there, just to hear it clearer.
What you hear is mostly a discussion of more tactics on how to defend the village better. Whether or not they should build better defenses or train more warriors. That's really the main argument here.
Just kind of like circling around.
Mm-hmm.
She eventually just gets tired of it, and she just drops down. Well, better yet, why don't we just find them? Take them all out.
They all sort of stop and look back at you. And even your parents are giving you the same look that the elders and other warriors are having on their face.
We can't stay up here. They might just figure out a way around the defenses anyway. So, what's the point in waiting for them to show up? Why don't we just go to them?
One of the elders speaks up and is like, "We can't just go and kill them all."
Why not? They're obviously around the mountain.
Then we will deal with them if they come back.
And then wait for what? For them to get stronger? For them to come with stronger allies, if they have any?
You are young. You do not understand.
And you're old and don't understand that if we don't do anything, we're just going to end up in the same position that we were in last time.
And your father sort of steps in at this point and is like, "Twyn, this is not the time to be arguing. We are not going to go out there and try to attack them. We don't even know how many of them there are."
But we know that they're weak. They can't have gotten that many people to monsters with them. It takes weeks. I mean, look how long it's taken us to recover. And they're just monsters. They're not organized. Well, at least these ones are. We just can't sit around and do nothing. Not after what they did to... She just kind of like pauses herself as like her eyes are tearing up again. She just kind of like looks away from her dad.
Your mother this time comes over to you and puts a very gentle hand on your shoulder. "Look, Twyn, I know that you're upset, but we have to think about our home first."
I'm not saying, Mum, that we just leave everyone. We leave people to defend. But I just, not just because what they did to Jakul, but we barely held them off last time. Barely. Monsters. The things that we were trained to kill. They're smarter than we think.
And that is why we cannot go and provoke them further.
At that point, she just kind of walks off and then flies to her and Jakul's hangout spot.
You can hear your mother sigh as you run and fly off. And you're just sitting there underneath the tree. Feeling this anger and frustration and loss just swirling around inside of you. It's not fair. You know how strong everyone is there. You know that if you all just banded together and went, you could all just take out the monsters before they even got a chance to attack you again, so that what happened to Jakul wouldn't happen to anyone else. It's not fair of them to think that they can just wait around and hope that they can defend the next attack. It's not fair of them to think about themselves, not for everyone else. And as you're sitting here, think to yourself, well, if they're not gonna do it, I'll just have to do it myself.
And she gets up and heads over to the weapons depot, where all the weapons are stockpiled and such. And she is gonna start preparing all the arrows she can fit in about 3 quivers. Bomb arrows, fire arrows, anything that she can find, she's just gonna stuff them all.
And after collecting everything, you sort of take a moment to mentally prepare yourself. Telling yourself that you can do this. You have to do this, because nobody else will. Before you start off, going in search of wherever these monsters are set up.
He is going to start off at where Jakul's cave was.
Okay.
Because she knows that they passed by it. And Jakul's cave is located where exactly on the mountain?
Further up the mountain.
It's further up, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, if they passed by it, That means they're even further up. Is that correct?
Yep.
They would have to be.
Mm-hmm.
So she starts flying upwards.
The higher you get, the colder it gets too. You've always been used to the cold, though. Just shaking it off from your feathers. Even as the icy wind sort of bites through. You keep going, going, and going. So you're getting close to the summit. And you hear a faint growl of a monster. You turn your head in that direction and you see in the distance the group of monsters. Very similar to the ones that had attacked your village before.
How big is the group?
It's quite large. There's at least 20 different monsters there.
Anything they got around them? Is this like a base of sorts?
Yep. There are a few little fire pits and everything. There are several barrels that they seem to be preparing.
What kind of arrows do I have currently?
Well, like you said, normal arrows, bomb arrows, fire arrows. Ice arrows wouldn't do any of the Rito much good living in the mountains like this, so you don't have any of those.
Any lightning arrows as well? Or
I'd say so, yeah.
she will then take a bomb arrow and she's going to I don't really know how bomb arrows work, because the bomb arrows just kind of like light as you pull them back, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So she's gonna take one of the bomb arrows and point it at to whatever a large cluster of the barrels are,
Mm-hmm.
and she is just going to let it loose into that cluster.
Okay. Roll to hit to see how accurate you are with this. Natural 20!
Fucking piece, mate, yeah?
Twyn is angry. Twyn be angry. She angry, bros.
Hey folks, you're
Nope. Ignoring that. Remove that for playlist. Yeah. This'll do it. Just a quick little music change here for a 28. So you take this bomb arrow, pull back, sort of size up the distance between pointing the arrow up and having it lob into the air, soaring high across this distance between you and this camp, and landing straight into a large batch of where these barrels are. and you see this large explosion happen, blowing back all of the monsters that were centering around it, igniting barrel after barrel across this camp as the explosions just have a whole chain reaction effect, lighting up everything around it, fire all around, lighting up some of the monsters, singeing them. The falling, burning wood coming down and hitting some of them, taking out quite a few of these monsters. Most of the group that you could see. But with this explosion comes a sort of alertness that gets several other monsters that you couldn't see from this distance coming out and swarming around them, looking around to see what caused this explosion. Some of them are either holding barrels or have some barrels attached to them, because it seems like they are preparing another raid. One of a much larger scale.
Fucking knew it. Fucking knew it. She takes another bomb arrow and aims it at one of the one that's wearing it.
Okay, roll to hit.
Scene.
16. That hits. Again, you take another bomb arrow, you lob it across this distance, and have it strike against the barrel that's attached to one of these larger monsters. And as it hits and blows, this creature lurches forward and cries out with this deep guttural sound as its entire back half is singed and burned. Now, after a second arrow has been fired, they are all sort of looking in your direction, trying to pinpoint exactly where this attack is coming from. Roll stealth.
Alright. Well.
Perception on these guys. Nope. You manage to duck down, keeping yourself low to the snow, hoping that the powder that's already on you from these cold, icy winds helps camouflage you, dulling down your pinkness and letting your white sort of shine through even more. And they can't seem to pinpoint exactly where you are, though they are going to be hurling attacks in just your general direction.
Mm-hmm.
One of them was a 19, though.
Alright.
You see the monster sort of scramble around. You see one of these larger, bulkier monsters grab a barrel and just chuck it across this huge distance. You see it coming towards you, but it's too late to duck fully out of the way as it crashes beside you and explodes.
Oof.
And you're gonna take 6 damage.
6?
6.
Got it.
You get blown back in a wave, feeling the fire sort of singe the tips of your feathers on the side that it came from.
Kind of just like, as she's like rolling over, she kind of just like, bastards. She she is going to fly up into the air, super high up.
Okay.
And in kind of like she's gonna take like 3 bomb arrows at a time and just kind of like indiscriminately just aim in their general direction and just carpet bomb them.
Okay, cool. Roll to hit with advantage.
Okay.
Because you are doing a sort of spread shot kind of thing.
That's the first.
It's a cook 20. Cool.
Yep. Well, that's not what I wanted. There we are. And here is the second.
And a 27.
27.
Cool. So with the 27, even with your spread shot, you're able to graze, if not hit, more of the barrels that these creatures are constructing. And explosions go up one by one and by one. More monsters crying out and roaring. And another one of the larger ones is gonna take a barrel and chuck it up at you in the air. It misses. The barrel just flies past you, landing somewhere in the distance that you could not care less about. And I'm gonna roll one thing that could decide something real quick. Okay, no, nothing happens. Your turn once more.
How many of these guys are kind of left standing after, like, essentially like an aerial bombardment?
Still quite a few of them. More monsters just seem to be coming through the trees. You're not sure how many there are still left that you cannot see. But right now, you're stuck in this battle.
Got it. She is going to take any more bomb arrows that she has.
Mm-hmm.
Just do that same kind of like bombardment style.
Okay, roll to hit with advantage again. It's a
Do I need
it's
to?
a roll 20. You don't need to roll again because that's a raw
Okay.
20. Natural 20, 28. Roll 20. Sweet. This is like the third one today. Third or fourth, I don't know.
I will not be keeping out. Rigged at this rate.
So this time you don't just do 3, you do 6.
Oh. Wait.
You are building upon what you thought what your mom was doing was impossible, and you are doing it even better. You take 6 bomb arrows, all spread across your across the crevices of your sort of feather fingers. Pull the bow back and let them all fly as the elves strike their targets at the same time, lighting up all of the monsters that you can see in these huge explosions, increased by these barrels filled with some sort of explosive powder. And it's just fire burning across the snowy landscape. I'm gonna roll a thing here. Okay, yeah. And as this happens, though you're in the air, you can feel it almost shockwave happen from how intense these explosions are. And distantly you hear rumbling, and as you look up to the peak of the mountain that you all are so close to, you see snow starting to fall and rumble and come in waves in an avalanche.
I think this is where I take my leave. Piss off as she like loads one more bomb arrow and just like lets it loose into them.
Just for fun. Roll to hit with the advantage.
Just for funsies.
Just for funsies.
Okay.
Okay, 13 is for 1, but you got advantage. So let's see. $22. So with your last bomb arrow, you shoot it right towards the biggest guy that you can see, right in his face. You see it explode in his face, and he sort of staggers back as the avalanche is rumbling and roaring and coming down, crashing over the fire and monsters and all of the bodies there as it just envelops them all. And as you are in the air,
Yep.
you just watch them all get taken under. You feel an almost satisfaction with it. I'm gonna roll one last thing. With the big dice, so you don't know what this is for. I do. Okay. I did not mean to sound like disappointed with that. You just watch them all get swept underneath the snow and dragged down the mountain towards a cliffside. You see them all just get dropped and fall below the clouds. Once again, you are left alone.
Just kind of like stays like standing on the top of a tree. It scans like what's left of the from the avalanche, just to see if any one of them just like pop up.
Okay, roll me perception.
$18.
Okay, let me roll one thing. Okay. You do not see anything pop up. It's all just gone quiet.
She kind of breathes a sigh of relief. Just. Did what I could, Jakul. As she turns around and flies back to her village.
Pull up food. Since things aren't so intense anymore, I get to change that again. That's not. I did not know.
Woo!
No.
Round 2!
No, I forgot to click copy. There we go. You make your way back to your village, flying in. You feel the adrenaline slowly draining out of you. The closer you get, you sort of drop down to the ground just outside the main village gate. And just take a deep breath and slowly let it out. As all of the fight instinct within you sort of drain out. And you see your parents come out of the gates, practically running towards you. Your father enveloping you in a hug.
Really lifting me off the ground.
Yeah. Because your father's huge. And he
Yeah.
just picks you up, just holding you. Kind of like the way he did when you were little. And he just noticed.
That tight squeeze, hollow bones.
He quickly lets go of you. who are just putting hands on your shoulders, or feathers, wings, wings on your shoulders, and just being like, "Where did you run off to?"
I went out. Yeah. You know, just nothing. As she's like completely decked out.
Yeah.
Because she's never taken it off.
He's just like, "You went out with an arsenal? We heard the explosions echoing from here. What did you do?"
So I may have in a bit of a temper, I might have went and go find the rest of the monsters and killed them all.
And your mom is like, sort of examining you, very lightly brushing off the feathers that are still quite singed on you. And she says, "What do you mean you killed them all?"
I kind of just hit them with a ton of bomb arrows, and turns out, yeah, I was right, by the way, they were getting ready for a bigger raid with explosive barrels, so, you know, I blew up the barrels, and then there was an avalanche, and they all kind of just went, whoop, off the mountain. So I don't think they'll be coming back, yeah?
And your parents are just looking at you, just stunned.
Oh, and, Mom? I managed to shoot 6 targets at once.
That snaps her out of, like, the daze immediately, and she just looks at you like, "Wait, what? You? And I didn't get to see it?"
Sorry. It's just kind of, a lot happening at the time.
You know, now I'm more upset that you did that without me there to see it than you actually going off on your own. I'm just...
And she sort of, like, walks away, like, with her hands, like, up by her head, just, like, processing this. And your father's looking at you, still quite concerned.
This one, she's like, she is like, just like tapping her foot repeatedly. She's just like super nervous.
Twyn. I'm very proud of you for what you've done. But that was really rash of you.
I mean, I've always done rash things, yeah?
Yes, but this is much more than anything you've done.
It just didn't sit right with me.
Sure it didn't.
But at least the village is safe, and I got some revenge for Jakul, so...
His expression sort of softens for a moment. Changing the music here.
Yeah.
His expression sort of softens for a moment before he pulls you into a hug once more, not lifting you up into the air, being very gentle with it.
She hugs him back.
And he holds you there for another few moments before you hear some of the elders sort of walk up behind your father, and you hear one of them say, "I hope you realize the consequences of your actions."
And here's the asshole to ruin a good moment. Okay. She pats her dad on the back.
He lets go of you and just stands beside you.
And these consequences...
You blatantly disregarded orders.
Yep.
You stole equipment and ran off with it.
She looks over at all the quivers and bows. She's like, "Yep."
You know, we were able to accept your brashness in the past, but you have got a step too far, Twyn.
So, what are you gonna do? Exile me? She says in a joking manner.
They just look at you.
Okay, mate, I know I said that as a joke, but you can't be serious.
You endangered our home. And not only that, but you were colluding with an outsider.
Point is, he never did anything wrong, and he was my friend. He wanted me just to sit around and just wallow in despair. And I protected the village. They were preparing for something bigger. We would not have been able to stop them.
And so you endangered the rest of the village to go off and do that.
I don't see how.
Monsters had come while you were away with half of our arsenal.
Didn't take half the arsenal. A quarter.
Clearly, you don't recognize the dangerous situation that you would put all of us in.
She kind of just closes her eyes and just kind of like thinks back on her first time training with her mom and dad, and just takes in a deep breath and lets it out. Fine. As she's like unclipping all the quivers and just kind of like tossing them back to the elders. If you lot won't do anything proactive and save to help the village, then I will. Now she throws the last quiver, and throws the bow at them. Well then, I'll be seeing my way off. Do I at least get visits from my mom and dad? And she points, and she like gestures over to them.
Your parents look very surprised and hurt at the elders' news because they were not told of this before. And they both come to your sides, each taking a wing.
She holds them. She grasps them tightly.
And your mother says to you, "Of course you're welcome to visit. And if anything, we might come and visit you. Or maybe we'll just leave here. With you. Then your mom sort of shoots a glare over at the elder, and the elder is glaring back at your mother.
Twyn squeezes her mom's hand, and she says, "No, if you guys leave, then that's basically about half of their forces gone." She smiles at the elders.
The elders scoff at you. Your mother sort of lets go of your wing and tells you, "I'll be right back. I need to get something to give to you."
She nods.
And she flies past the elders, still giving them a really harsh glare. A few moments pass before she's returned with the stripped banner, the ripped scarf, and a bow that you haven't seen before. And your mother holds all of them out to you along with a little rupee purse and says, "Your father and I were always waiting for the right moment to give this bow to you. We had it made before you were even born, because we just knew that you would take after us.
She takes the bow and just kind of like feels around it.
In your hands, it feels perfectly weighted. It's your size just right. And it really does feel like it was made for you.
She looks back at her parents, eyes tearing up, and she just hugs them both.
When you look up at them, they are both also tearing up, and they wrap their wings around you.
Just kind of stays there for a little bit before looking at the banner and the she tells them to keep it in the house.
Aisha?
Yeah. Always wanted Jakul to be at the house, so it'll be like he's there.
And your mom very tearily smiles a little and nods, sort of pulling them closer to herself. And your father says, "Twyn,
Did it?
stay safe out there. Alright, kiddo?"
Oh well. As she gives them one last squeeze, she turns around and starts making her way off. And for let's say second time. She's been down once. Second time, she's flying down the mountain. is it to do out there? I mean, I'm a pretty good shot. Good at killing monsters. Bounty hunter? Bounty hunting sounds good. No, but I don't have to kill anybody. Monsters though, I'll take. Alright. And she flies off with that final thought.
We're actually gonna take another small break here. Because this is not the
Ooh.
end of your session, Twyn.
Yeah, let's go.
I have one last little bit planned for you.
One last bit.
One last bit. All the confusion in chat. Yeah, one last bit. But we're taking a little short break here. Because this is a good little placeholder for now. And I also need to use the bathroom real quick. So, Twyn, keep them entertained, answer their questions, theorize what I may have in store for you.
I have no idea.
Okay. I'll be back. Woo.
So how's it going, guys? Who is Twyn's dead friend? Jakul. Yep. He could be dead, he could not be dead, who knows? But not many other places I could think of that he could have gone other than the village or fucking down the mountain. It's the only other place. It is okay, Gary. You will be thoroughly confused. I mean, yes, I am indeed having fun. Yes, that is always a good thing. Committing war crimes on monsters is always a good thing. Remember that, kids. For legal reasons, that was a joke. I hope you roll poorly tomorrow. Okay, but what if, like, out of spite, I roll even better? I probably won't, but... There is no better. There's a better. I could roll, like, only, like, 18s, 19s, and 20s. Like, the entire time, just 18, 18, 19, 19, 18, 18, 19, 19, 20, 20, 20. Statistically, that is impossible. You're correct! But... luck. Luck is indeed a factor. That applies to no statistics! But yeah, I assume I'll go back to rolling pretty normally. Which is, I roll pretty low outside of combat. Yeah, I mean, I'm glad at least. I was just like, man, I roll usually pretty low outside of combat. I don't know how the soul session's gonna go. And it's just like, meanwhile, 20, 20, 20. I'm just like, let's go! Sombra failing every check of our awareness. It wasn't your fault. It was the evil prince dude. Totally. For Nuvai, no, it was just dark out. Easy. I can just wait. There's my patron. Yeah, see, easy. Just blame things on your patron. It's just like, why'd you roll low on that stealth, my patron? The thing Sombra usually rolls super good at, stealth, rolls low. You see... Lava Madness arc. Oh no, not the madness. I think we're gonna get that. Anyway. Either or. I feel like we might get that either way. The fact that I'm going to Target and will be listening to this in my earbuds is so funny. Hey, Chloe's back. Welcome back.
What's happened so far? Oh boy, chat. Okay.
We have come to the conclusion that I am either going to roll as usual tomorrow, or out of spite, I will just roll nothing but 18, 19s, and 20 tomorrow.
Amazing. Twyn committed war crimes on monsters. That's true. My money's on the
We've
board.
also created.
Created what?
Oh, we also created a reason of why Nuvai and Sombra weren't doing too well with their rolls. For Sombra on the perception rolls, it was because Zygarde was just fucking with them, and for Nuvai, it was dark out.
Both of those are incredibly accurate. Yeah.
All right.
Let's see.
What you got prepared?
Oh, I'm still catching up on chat messages. Hold on. Mads is going to target it listening to it in her earbuds. No. That's amazing. Okay. Let me do a thing, because I grabbed a snack after using the restroom.
Nice.
Which is why it took so long. So let me take a bite first. Okay. Let me grab the... That's not it. Nope. It's this one. Yeah, that'll do. Stream here's like the previews of the music that I'm gonna be playing before I actually put it in Jockey. Before we get back into this, how does this music change make you feel, Yoru?
Not sure yet. It's very ambient.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no! This is isn't this Zyron's music too?
I don't think so. I don't know. I reuse a lot of these tracks, honestly.
Either way, violins. Oh dear.
Mm-hmm.
Echoing violins. Oh dear.
Alright. So as Twyn is flying down the mountain, making her way into the villages below, she's been there once before, but now that she's trying to find work, it's a little bit more difficult to set herself up with. And just branding yourself as a bounty hunter randomly, without really specifying in the advertisements that it's not for people,
Yeah.
it gets some looks. And one night, as she's staying in an inn, sleeping, trying to rest, she feels hands grabbing at her.
She jolts up.
And as she does, she feels more hands grabbing at her mouth, prying it open and shoving a cloth into it, wrapping it around and tying it at the back of her head. As more hands try to tie her up with rope, making sure that she's unable to fight back. You can make a strength roll to try and get out of their grasp.
And this is where I fuck up. Or not!
It's a cooked 20. But even with a cooked 20, you're able to pry your arms away from one of the people around you. But there's too many hands to truly get away from in this moment. So you're caught off guard. And the ropes are tightly tied around you as they get you back under their control. And it's completely dark, so you can't make out the people around you at all. Eventually, a bag is forced over your head. And you are dragged out of your room, out the window, as you're thrashing around in their grasps, and shoved into a cage that is promptly locked. And though you can't see anything right now, after a few moments of like hushed whispering between your captors, you hear it go quiet before there's a snap and a lurch that you can feel as you are brought along in this cart to who knows where. What are the thoughts going through Twyn's mind?
Right now, she is a mixture of confused, scared, and just straight up pissed. And pissed is kind of like creeping over all of them. She's like kind of just trying to like feel around, like what's going on around her with her feet.
Mm-hmm. What she can feel is just the cold metal beneath her. And she doesn't have to stretch out very far, as her feet also reach metal bars around her as well.
She's kind of thinks to herself, great.
Do you feel this wagon of sorts move and rumble for quite a long time? And eventually, with all of this, with how long a journey that this seems to be, you end up falling back asleep with nothing else better to do in your situation. And what jolts you awake before is a feeling of the movement stopping, more footsteps and voices being heard around you, albeit a bit muffled, before you just feel the entire cage being moved from this cart and carried somewhere.
Just like bashes into the cage.
What part of her is she bashing?
Her shoulder.
Her shoulder, okay.
Yeah.
Roll me strength, just to check.
Okay. Six.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't have enough room in this cage to give yourself much leverage,
I see.
so you're pretty much just wiggling in the cage, trying to throw your shoulder against it, but it's not really doing much of anything. And if anything, you hear a deep voice of one of the people who you think is carrying you right now. I quit, you're moving.
He hears a muffled piss off.
And you feel something like smack into the cage, as if like a kind of warning.
She kind of just goes like, "Oh, heard that one, eh?" All muffled.
The guy sort of like does a gruff like grunt. Or just go silent. He's being carried off to some place. And when you finally feel the cage being put down, you hear another voice go, "Oh, that's a specimen here that you've brought me. How interesting. It's not often that I see any Highlanders being brought down here. They're normally much more secluded."
Can't see anything. And I can't talk. So.
Mm-hmm.
Take it out of the cage. I want to see it at its full height.
You feel the cage open and feel more hands grabbing at you, pulling you out of the cage and setting you up onto your feet. Though the hands don't leave you, holding on to your arms to keep you there. And you hear a set of light footsteps sort of circling around you. Before they
She tries
stop.
to
Oh.
take off the bag.
You're sort of like wiggling, like moving your head around to try and take it off.
Yeah.
When the footsteps sort of stop in front of you again, you feel a very thin but long hand reach out and grab the bag and yank it off your head. And you're face to face with a very thin man who almost looks sickly, dressed in all white. He's looking at you very curiously. Interesting.
Can I look around the room?
Yeah.
How many people are in this room?
There's the man in front of you. There's the two holding you. And if you crane your head all the way back, you can see two more at the door, standing on either side.
Kinda chuckles.
And what's so funny, my dear birdie?
Oh, and she like muffles. Just can't really talk.
And he's sort of sighs before like reaching around the back of your head and undoing it and throwing the cloth to the side.
Oh, well, thank you. I was just laughing because I could probably easily take out your 4 guards right here. If I had my bow, that is. But that was left at the inn. As she kind of like looks at the two guys that are like holding her.
They're both sort of like glaring at you. The man in front of you, who, as you look at him now, you notice that his eyes are almost sunken in a little bit. And there's this.
Kind of like, then she gets a good look at him. She's like, ugh.
Yeah. And he's still looking at you very curiously. And there's this almost glint in his eyes as he looks at you, takes in your sort of attitude, how you're talking and everything. He's like,
You really do have a bit of a fighting spirit.
Well, yeah, it was raised to. Yeah. Also, just kind of got off killing a bunch of monsters, so...
It's been a couple weeks at this point in time.
Oh, it has? Okay.
And the guy sort of looks you over before saying, "Yes, this one might have the strength to withstand." Yeah.
Withstand what?
And he sort of smiles, and you can see, like, these almost long teeth that are very perfectly straight, but longer than a normal person's teeth should be.
Mm.
That is for you to find out. I think it's time we clip this bird's wings to make things easier for the future.
Huh?
And you feel the two men start to drag you around around the man and towards a table that has
Nope.
manacles on it.
Nope. She, like, digs her claws into the ground.
Roll me strength.
Icky.
Yeah. You're able to dig your clawed feet into the ground and actually, like, make the two men dragging you stop with the force that you're putting into this and try to, like, walk backwards, which actually works a bit because we're not expecting you to be this strong. And even as they try to, like, regain their hold on you, you're able to lurch back and wrench their grips off of you. But your arms are still tied behind your back, so what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna try to make it for the door. Preparing dodge action.
Okay, cool. And one more. Okay. So in this situation, you're able to juke out all 5 of the people in this room. Preparing that dodge action was the best choice of your life, man.
Let's go.
So you're able to bob and weave through all of these people that are trying to tackle you and burst your way outside of the door. And as you do, you're now in a room that has 7 armed men. Some of them with blades already drawn as they're, like, shining it.
Okay. She is going to try to make a run for it again. Again, preparing dodge action.
Okay, 14 rolls, let's go. not only are you able to dodge your way out of this room and away from all these people, you manage to actually trip one of them. And when they fell, they landed on their blade. Because one of them rolled 2 natural ones in a row.
Get fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah, take that one guy.
It was just this one guy. And you burst through another door, just running blindly. And you're now sort of out, not in open air, but in almost cavernous underground tunnel system.
And she's just gonna book it.
Okay. Roll me just a general dexterity roll.
Got it. $26. Crit.
So that's a raw 20. I also rolled a raw 20 for a thing.
Oh boy.
So let's re-roll. Both of us. Another just general dexterity.
14.
Though you hear shouting and footsteps behind you, you're actually able to gain a bit of ground, putting more distance between you and your captors that wanted you for whatever reason. You did not stick around to find out, especially not after hearing them say clip your wings.
Yeah.
You're running and running and running, and this tunnel just seems to be going forever, just stretching onward as far as you can see. Make a general perception roll.
Mine too.
As you're running, and you're looking around, scanning, trying to find any other way to get out of this place, you manage to see just the faintest bit of light coming from the ceiling. And as you look up, you see what looks to be a sort of stone cover that's partially uncovered.
Okay. Is it possible for me to make my way there?
Mm-hmm.
Make my way there.
Okay. I'm gonna need 1 athletics roll. Because you do not have your wings to fly, or to have your arms to climb, you're gonna just have to jump and hope it's enough force to knock that thing off and for you to get out of there.
Can I make it acrobatics?
Which one would be more efficient?
I'm still gonna say athletics, just because you need just pure power to get
Okay,
out,
then.
to get out of there. Yeah.
$13.
Okay. You jump, hit your head, and it hurts quite a bit. You manage to knock it a little more off of it, but not all the way. Roll again.
12.
Once more, you hit it. Knock it off just a little bit more. It's still not quite enough. Now you can hear footsteps echoing down the cavern. But you think one more jump should do it. Roll again.
Go for it.
It's a raw 20! It's raw! Love when the dice help tell the story. Hearing the footsteps coming down the corridors towards you, you get one last shot of adrenaline. You crouch down and shoot up. And you feel the stone just be knocked several feet away from you as you jump up into this new area. And you land just in front of this opening. As you look around, you notice that you are in the middle of some tavern that you've never been to before. And the man shining the glass behind the bar that you are now also behind is looking at you. Very surprised. But before you can say anything, he sees that your arms are tied up, sees where you came from, moves around you, puts the stone cover back over the opening, and looks down at you and slices off your bindings, crouches down to you and says, "Well, now, what were you running from there?"
She's kind of like shaking with like all the adrenaline just like going through her. Not too sure. I didn't quite ask.
Figured from that look in your eye. Well, whatever it is, they can't set foot here. You're safe, kid.
Really? Thank you. What's your name?
And he smiles underneath this bushy mustache and he's like, "Name's Tom. What about you, kid?"
Well, name's Twyn. Thanks, Tom.
Sure thing.
You wouldn't happen to have any... She kind of like gets up now. Kind of take a look around of the place. You wouldn't happen to have any monster hunting work, huh?
He smiles and kind of pats your back. And says, "If you're looking for work, I got just the stuff for you.
Oh,
You've come to the right place, kid."
and she walks around the bar and just like apologies, and takes a seat at the front.
Since you came in at such a unorthodox way, I take it that you'd be interested in a bit more of a specific work.
Yeah, mostly.
You said monster hunting, right?
Yes.
Luckily for you, the guild I work with has many different commissions specializing in such a thing.
Oh, that's great. Is it possible to join this guild? Just kind of like also looking around, just trying to make sure that these guys that she saw aren't still chasing her.
Yeah.
So kind of freaked out by that.
They are not there.
Okay.
That you can see. And Tom looks you over for a moment before going, you know what? Yeah. I can get you all set up. But I'd say first we gotta find your weapon.
Yeah, she kind of like crestfallen about the whole losing the weapon she just got from her parents.
And he looks you over for a moment before going, did you lose your weapon?
No, didn't lose it, but let's just say that the people who found me weren't too keen on me keeping my things.
Well, if you tell me where you last had it, I'm sure I could send some people over to fetch it for you.
We give them the location.
He sort of nods and then calls out some words that don't quite make sense to you in the way that he's saying it. Sort of to like the back door that leads into the back of the bar. Before looking back at you and saying, "It should probably be here by the end of the week."
Oh, good.
Well, Twyn, I think that we'll have quite a good future together.
I hope we have good work. We have really good work together as well.
Do you need a room to sort of settle in for the night?
Ah, she kind of like fumbles around for her rupee pouch.
It is surprisingly not on you. You didn't feel them take it, but it's not on you.
It's not there. Yeah. That would explain it. I don't have any money. Sorry.
Did I ask if you had any money?
I guess not, actually.
And he smiles and he does this like big booming laugh. And he goes back to shining his glass and he's like, I like you, kid. Really gullible. It's fun. New guild members get their own rooms at the inns.
Oh, awesome. Well then, yeah, I would love to have a room. Thank you.
And he shouts back more words that, again, don't make sense to you, as he says it before looking back at you with a big smile. It'll be all taken care of. How about a drink? A little on edge.
Yes, please.
What'd you like? We got a whole selection here for you.
What was the drink that, her and Jakul had?
It was some kind of like sparkling wine.
Alright then. You got any, like, sparkling wine?
And he sort of looks at you for a moment before going, people don't normally order such a regional specialty. You got good taste. And he reaches a hand down and just grabs a bottle, flicks the top off with his thumb, and then sets it in front of you.
Thank you.
problem.
Cheers. As she takes a big swing.
John raises his like empty glass that he's been shining as like a sort of cheers before shining it again. And this is where we're ending your one shot. Your one-on-one.
Let's go.
Perfect time with the music. Don't start.
Perfect
it,
timing.
please. Just in time. I stopped just in time. All right, guys. So that was Twins one-on-one. Yoru, how do you feel about that last part that happened here?
I can't fucking believe I got away with it.
Me neither, man. But this was fun. This was fun. Do you have any questions or comments? Yoru? Oh, Yoru?
I'm assuming. Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
Okay,
I'm
okay,
just.
cool.
I'm just thinking. I guess I didn't really get a good look at these guys' uniform, right? Only just got a good look at this one dude, the creepy dude,
Yeah.
with the fucking Courage the Cowardly Dog, Mr. Smile Smile.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Did I spook ya?
Yeah.
Listen,
I
can never tell. You're so low key with your reactions, man.
I'm very. It's after the fact because like when I'm in it, I'm just like focused.
Uh-huh.
I'm just thinking, I'm like, what's the best way to do this? How do I get out of this?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Wow.
Expectations?
Yup. Oh my god.
Woo. Any questions in
Ooh.
the chat? Anything? Mads, if you're still listening while you're at Target.
Stop right. Fucking you're already in there. They're in general, they're just waiting. I'm gonna get jumped. Oh man.
This was great.
This was good. This was very good.
Yeah. Were you expecting anything like this happening, or?
I wasn't expecting the kidnapping.
Mm-hmm.
Nor the loss of a childhood friend.
Mm-hmm. I just like to do that. Throw childhood friends at you guys and then take them away from you real quick.
Come away.
Matt says that was whack with like 3 Ks.
So it means it was cool.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
Whew. This was great. Oh, there goes Jockey.
That was insane.
Well, Yara, give the chat any last thoughts.
Make sure to specify what your job preference is. Or you might just get kidnapped. That's totally not the reason why that didn't happen, but who knows?
Great. Alright. Well, you can head on over to General VC to get jumped by people. And then I'll do closing thoughts.
See you there.
See ya. Alright. It is a classic Chloe move. Wholesome, kill a friend, get kidnapped, get a job. Uh-huh. Well guys, that was the last of the one-on-ones for now. We're gonna have our actual session tomorrow. Whoa. Session 8 at 6:30, 6:45, depending on how soon I can get back home from work. Yeah, that's PM? Pacific time. Eastern time, it's gonna be like 9 something. If not 10 something. Who knows? Sorry. I got work. But yeah, today's session was interesting. It was fun. Got to scar Yoru and Twyn. Give them new little extra fears. Cause Twyn's always been so stoic of a character, so nonchalant with everything. So I just had to sprinkle in a little extra today. But yeah. Hope you all enjoyed, and I hope you are all very excited for tomorrow's session, where we figure out what we're gonna figure out. Because as of right now, if I Sombra's hungover. Yeah. Anyway, I go ahead and head off, and I hope you all have a great day, night, whatever time it is for you. I'm signing off. Bye.